Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the long-awaited vacation part 2 from our summer trip in July. Part 1 came out in August, and then just with the way everything turned out timing-wise, it has been nothing but baby content since, which, you know, I don't mind. I don't know if you mind, but we've been like on the baby train, releasing nothing but baby videos the past month to try and get caught up, because obviously I couldn't tell you guys right away. So this video has been kind of waiting in the wings for when I kind of got a break or caught up on the rest of the pregnancy content. So here we are continuing with the vacation info. And now this makes it way more fun because I can actually tell you that I was pregnant on this trip, which you did not know in the last round, which when I'm looking at the footage from me in a swimsuit in Florida, I can definitely tell I was very bloated. I was about 5 weeks at that time. I think I was between week 5 and 6 on this vacation, so it was still very, very early, but I was pregnant on this vacation, so something you didn't know in the last one. So if you did not watch part 1, I will have it linked down below. I just kind of outlined the whole first half of the trip, and I will jump right into continuing on our vacation. So part 2 of our trip. So the last one we ended in Florida at our friend's house near Fort Walton Beach. And so that next Tuesday, we woke up bright and early and it was a travel day. So we drove the 6 or 7 hours from Fort Walton Beach, Florida to Savannah, Georgia. So we drove there on Tuesday and got checked into our Airbnb. So we wanted a place that was going to be close to downtown so we could walk around to all the different shops and restaurants. And so we got a condo on New Broughton Street, which is super close to city center. So we got all checked into our Airbnb, and then we just walked around downtown near the riverfront, and it was beautiful. It was great weather. We were so happy because with that tropical storm, the weather was changing so quickly. You never knew how long you were gonna have to be outside before you need to like find a place to hide from the rain. We ended up just finding this like little diner that was near the Riverwalk, and it was perfect because during this time all I was craving was like chicken nuggets, chicken strips, and burgers. So diner food was absolutely my jam. So we went to dinner there and then just headed back to the condo to relax. That was a very special day because from that condo, which you'll see in some other videos, is where we called some friends and family to let them know that we were expecting. So the next day on Wednesday, we woke up, it was our one full day in Savannah. We woke up on Wednesday and the weather had been updated. So now it said the rain wasn't supposed to start until I think like 1 in the afternoon. So we got up, we got ready really fast, and we decided to go out and see as much of the city as possible before the storm came in. And what's great about Savannah is they have a bus system that just like does a loop through downtown and around some of the main attractions, and it is free, absolutely free, which was amazing. And so we just hopped on there and rode it all the way down to Forsyth Park, which is a very big destination in Savannah. It was absolutely gorgeous. So we walked all around the park, we walked all around some neighborhoods there, got a lot of great photos. And then we stopped in and found this really cute restaurant for lunch. after that, we went back to the Airbnb and we decided to kind of change up our game plan. The weather had changed yet again, and so the storm wasn't supposed to come until like 4 p.m. It just like kept getting pushed back. And so the guys were like, okay, well, we want to go check out some of those rooftop bars. We couldn't drink, obviously, so me and Kristen had been wanting to go to what's called Flu Plantation. It's actually the site of the last song. So Liam Hemsworth's house, when they're like driving down that street with the trees that go along either side and Miley Cyrus is like hanging out the window looking at it, that is Flu Plantation. So that's where we went. We drove down that road. It was seriously one of the most magical things I've seen in my entire life. I think it cost like $10 to get in, even if you just want to take pictures. Like, you have to pay to enter, but totally worth it for that alone. Like, we drove all the way down that tree-lined street and then got to like the museum area. And we got back in the car just in time to head back into town for dinner. So as I mentioned, the guys missed out on their seafood dinner night 1, so we made sure to make reservations for Wednesday so they could get their seafood fix. Well, me and Kristen were really checking on the weather app this whole trip, trying to make sure we didn't get caught in a downpour. So we kept telling the guys, like, okay guys, like we need to head out, like the storm's supposed to be coming, like we need to get back to the Airbnb. And they were like, I think we'll survive if there's a little bit of rain, like whatever, you guys are just freaking out for no reason. Well, like I mentioned, our server took a while, all of that, and so by the time we left, Tropical Storm Elsa was in full effect. It was like downpouring. Me and Kristen were like, please, can we get an Uber? Like, this is insane, we're gonna be drenched. And they're like, okay, it's gonna be like $50. It was like $50 or $70 or something to get an Uber from our restaurant back to the Airbnb. And it was like not super far. It was probably half a mile to walk. And so they're like, we're not paying $70 to Uber. Like, we'll just have to survive. So luckily I had an umbrella. I think we both had umbrellas, but the storm was so crazy. It was one of those where it like inverted the umbrella and then the wind was just like whipping it around. So it really did no good. We were all soaked head to toe by the time we got back to our Airbnb. But all in all, for Tropical Storm Elsa being present our whole trip, that was the only time we really got caught in some bad weather. So Thursday, we woke up and had a nice short drive. I think it was just like 2.5, 3 hours to get from Savannah to Myrtle Beach. We were trying to see as much as we could in the one day that we were there. when I was on vacation, I was not on social media very much, but I just happened to notice our last day in Savannah, my roommate from Miss USA, Brittany Winchester, who is Indiana, she had been posting in Myrtle Beach. And so I texted her and I was like, oh my gosh, how long are you in Myrtle Beach? I'm gonna be there tomorrow. And she was like, girl, I'm here all week. So on Friday, before we drove to our next destination, me and Jordan met up with Brittany and her boyfriend for breakfast. But it was so great getting to see Brittany again. I hadn't seen her since we went to watch Kyra compete at Miss Universe back in 2017, 2018. And so that was just a lot of fun. I love Nicholas Sparks. I love romantic comedies. All of those are like my favorite. So the next spot we had to hit was the most incredible Cypress Gardens, which is where the Notebook famous canoeing scene was filmed. So we were driving from Myrtle Beach south back down to Charleston, went to Cypress Gardens. If you go anywhere that I recommend, it is Cypress Gardens. You pay $10 to like get in and park and whatnot, and then the canoe rides and all of that through the swamp is free. And I kid you not, this was one of the most beautiful places I've seen in my entire life. The videos are stunning, which you will see, but they don't even do it justice. So it was gorgeous. Unfortunately, we did not see any alligators, and no, we did not see any swans. I read before the trip that actually for that scene, they had to bring in like baby swans and raise them in the environment to get them to like stay throughout filming. And then I think afterwards they were either like released or eaten by the alligators. But no, the swans are not there, sadly, but it was still a beautiful place to go. The four of us were in one canoe and we just got to go around. They have it kind of mapped out for you. They have like little arrows on the trees showing you which way to go, so you get to do like a full loop. So that was actually only 45 minutes outside of Charleston. So we did that activity and drove straight to our hotel to check in. So once we got all checked in, we decided to go downtown. We walked around, took some photos. We of course had to go to Rainbow Row, and it was just as beautiful as all the photos make it seem. We got to see all of those sights, and then we were standing there waiting for the bus to pick us up. So we stood there for a little while and waited for the bus to come, but there was no sign of the bus, and we just kept seeing these clouds rolling in. Again, Tropical Storm Elsa was on its way. So we start walking, and all of a sudden it is pouring rain again. So we ducked into these tents. They were doing like a 3-block long like craft festival, I guess you could call it. And so we like walked through these tents, got to take a peek at some of the local vendors, which was great. I think we finally caught the bus after, again, torrential downpour, and we ended up driving back over because staying in Charleston was very expensive. So we ended up staying just outside, like in Mount Pleasant. And so we drove back to our hotel over there and got dinner at this really cool place. It was like something beachy cowboy. I will look it up and I will put it down below. But we went to this restaurant and it was really cool because they had live music going on outside. They had like an outdoor bar area with lots of like lawn games and stuff. So we got on the list for dinner, and then the guys got drinks and we just played some cornhole and listened to music and stuff while we were waiting for our table to be ready. So now we're on to Saturday. So Saturday we woke up, we found out that there was a farmer's market, and we walked around the farmer's market. It was so much fun. Our friends were gonna be driving back to Florida that night after they dropped us at the airport. So they were actually able to get some like fresh fruits and veggies and stuff like that. The only thing I purchased was buttered pecans, I think is what I ended up getting, like butter pecan toffee for my mom because her birthday was coming up. So I got her some of those. We did some more just walking around downtown. Then we went to the most incredible rooftop restaurant, which Brittany's boyfriend recommended to us. It's called the Citrus Club, and the views are incredible. It was like the most stunning Instagram-worthy restaurant ever at the top of this really nice hotel in downtown Charleston. We had lunch there, took tons of photos, walked around a little bit more, and then it was time to head to the airport. So that is about it. I hope you enjoyed following along on this vacation, enjoying getting to see some of the different places we were able to go. I would love to know down below if you've been to any of these places, if you're planning to go to any of these places, maybe that's how you found this video, or where did you go for your summer 2021 vacation this year? Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you were able to follow along on this journey. Again, if you missed part 1, I will link that down below, and I hope you enjoyed part 2. Stay tuned if you are enjoying my videos, any of this content. Make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. This head scarf is driving me insane, so I'm gonna go fix that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.